The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the kingdom of Etheria. Atop the tallest tower in the royal palace, Princess Amara gazed out at the vibrant tapestry of the city below. Her heart, however, was not in the sweeping vista before her, but was elsewhere, hidden away like a precious secret. Her thoughts were of a young man named Liam, a poor woodcarver, who lived on the outskirts of the city. He had no claim to the throne, no royal lineage, and nothing but his talent with a chisel and a heart full of dreams. And yet it was him, not the princes and dukes who sought her hand, whom Amaranthine loved with all the fierce devotion of youth. Their love story was one woven in stolen moments, furtive glances and whispered promises under the cloak of night. The princess, gifted with a voice that could calm the fiercest storm, found solace in Liam's quiet strength. In his humble abode, amidst the scent of sawdust and the soft glow of lamplight, she discovered a love that resonated deeper than the ancient stones of her kingdom. But their clandestine romance was threatened by the looming presence of an arranged marriage, a political necessity orchestrated by her father, King Alaric. He sought to solidify the kingdom as fragile peace by forging an alliance with the neighboring land of Eldoria through his daughter's union with Prince Caius of Eldoria. The day of the arranged marriage approached. The weight of her dual destinies pressed heavily upon Amaranthine. On one side, the secure path of duty, tradition, and kingdom's interest. On the other, the uncertain but passionate road of love, freedom, and happiness. Torn between these two parallel lives, the princess found herself at a crossroads. The decision she made would not only shape her own future, but also the fate of Ethereum. With each passing day, the skies above the palace seemed to mirror her inner turmoil. Storms that once responded to her song now raged with a fury she couldn't soothe. Secrets of the kingdom's past, long buried, began to surface, whispering tales of a time when Etheria's heart was not weighed so heavily on tradition and duty. Amidst this brewing chaos, whispers of rebellion started to stir in the wind. Common folk, inspired by the princess's predicament, voiced their discontent against the impending marriage. They saw in Amaranthine's struggle a reflection of their own yearnings for a life unbound by the chains of obligation. As the palace walls echoed with dissent and the skies roared with dissent, Amaranthine found herself leaning more towards her heart than her crown. With the support of her mother, Queen Esilda, who understood the suffocating grip of duty, the princess decided to defy tradition. She penned a heartfelt letter to King Alaric, pouring out her love for Liam, her reasons for choosing him over the prince she was to wed. The letter, a testament to her undying convictions, was then released into the kingdom through secret passageways, carried by the wind itself to reach the ears of every citizen. The response was immediate and overwhelming. People from all walks of life rallied behind the princess, their support growing louder than the drums of war. The merchants who once criticized her choice of suitor now championed her cause. The nobles who scoffed at the idea of a pauper prince suddenly saw the merit in her love story. And so, on the eve of her arranged marriage, Amaranthine found herself at the center of a rebellion ignited by love. The people of Ethereum, inspired by her courage, rose up against the old traditions, demanding a chance for happiness. Not just for their princess, but for themselves as well. The king, caught off guard by the sudden upheaval, found himself at odds with the very kingdom he had ruled for so long. The once staunch supporters of tradition were swayed by the tide of public opinion, leaving King Alaric isolated and with no choice but to relent. And so it was that Princess Amara, defying age-old customs, chose love over duty, her heart over her crown. She wed Liam in a simple ceremony that resonated with the simplicity and sincerity of their love story. The kingdom, once divided, now united in its support for the young couple, celebrated with unbridled joy. Amaranthine, adorned not in finery fit for a princess, but in the rustic elegance of a woman in love, walked hand in hand with Liam down the cobblestone streets. The cheers of the crowd were music to her ears, sweeter than any royal decree. As the festivities continued late into the night, the reformed king watched his daughter from afar, a mixture of pride and wistfulness in his eyes. He realized that sometimes duty, however sacred, had to bow to the overwhelming force of true love. In the days that followed, Ethereum saw changes both swift and profound. With the shackles of tradition loosened, the kingdom began to breathe anew. Trade flourished, art thrived, and the very air seemed charged with a newfound sense of freedom. Even the skies above the palace, once stormy and sullen, now mirrored the joy in the kingdom. The storms that once threatened were now gentle showers, nourishing the land. The secrets of the past became tales whispered around hearths, bonding families with shared stories instead of dividing them. As Amaranthine and Liam began their life together, they did so not in a gilded cage, but in a home filled with laughter and love. Their union, a testament to the transformative power of love, became a beacon of hope for many young lovers within the kingdom. Yet, as the years passed and Ethereum prospered, a shadow loomed on the horizon. The neighboring kingdom of Eldoria, led by Prince Caius, whom Amaranthine was to have married, seethed with resentment. Caius, fueled by ambition and a thirst for power, saw Ethereum's transformation and the role Amaranthine and Liam played in it. Determined to undo what he perceived as a personal and political loss, he began to plot, assembling a formidable army that cast a long, ominous shadow over the border. The people of Ethereum, once reveling in their newfound freedoms, now stood united against the threat posed by Eldoria. Led by their beloved king and queen, Amaranthine and Liam, they prepared to defend not just their kingdom, but the very essence of what made it great, their love for each other and their freedom. As the army of Eldoria approached Ethereum's borders, the once peaceful fields became battlegrounds. Swords clashed, arrows flew, and the rumble of war shook the very foundations of Ethereum. Amidst the chaos and bloodshed, Amaranthine found herself torn. Her voice, once used to calm storms, was now silenced by the horrors of war. The smile that once radiated joy was replaced by a determined frown. The love of her life, once a source of unwavering strength, was now a shield she feared might be taken from her. And yet, even in the darkest hours of battle, the spirit of Ethereum endured. Inspired by their leaders and bound together by their love for their kingdom and each other. The people of Ethereum fought with a ferocity that surprised even their seasoned opponents. As the final battle raged, Amaranthine knew she couldn't stand idly by. Though her place was beside her husband, her heart called her to action. Taking a deep breath, she stepped forward, her voice echoing with the strength of 1,000 suns. She sang, not of love and peace, but of courage, unity, and resilience. Her voice rallied the troops, bolstering their spirits and fortifying their resolve. It was a battle cry disguised as a lullaby, a call to arms cloaked in the beauty of her song. And as her song reached its crescendo, the tide of battle turned. The soldiers of Ethereum, rejuvenated by her melody, fought with renewed vigor, driving back the forces of Eldoria. In the end, it was not brute force nor superior numbers that won the battle, but the indomitable spirit of Ethereum, a spirit personified by a princess who chose love over duty and a pauper prince who loved her back. As peace returned to Ethereum, Amaranthine and Liam stood hand in hand, surveying the damage wrought by war. But amidst the destruction, they saw the resilience of their people, the strength of their bond, and the unwavering love that had seen them through the darkest of times. Their love, tested in the fires of war, had emerged even stronger, binding them together and uniting their people. For in choosing each other, they had not just found love, they had discovered a purpose, a legacy that would echo through the ages. Ethereum, once on the brink of ruin, was now poised for rebirth. A testament to the enduring power of love, unity, and the courage to choose one's own destiny. And at the heart of it all stood Amaranthine and Liam, their love story a beacon, guiding their kingdom towards a future as bright and boundless as their love for each other.